Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And welcome to a bit of an AI special, ladies and gents, because and it may be an if, you might not have seen the breaking news very recently. It's a Sam McGuire exclusive, isn't it? A new striker target. And I'm trying to think of the ones we've had so far this summer, almost building up to it. We've talked Alexander Isak, but Newcastle got the Champions League, didn't they? And that was done. We're still hoping, still praying a little bit for Julian Alvarez. Yes, people are going to be asking about Florian Wirtz, but we're treating that a bit separately. We all expect that to happen, don't we? But there is a new name in town, ladies and gents. And maybe, I might be wrong, but I bet there's no one that had this one or had even thought about this one at all. Gonçalo Ramos, Portuguese international, current striker for PSG, but not a starter by any means. So this has only come out in the last 20 minutes or so, Sam McGuire exclusive, that Liverpool are weighing up, as it's called there, a money ball offer for Gonçalo Ramos. And there's quite a few interesting things to call out and mention in this article. The first thing I would say, because people are going to jump on this and be like, this isn't Isak, this isn't Alvarez, this isn't Ekitike and all the other ones that you're steering into. But as the line Sam's written there goes, 23-year-old is by no means top of the club's wish list, but he's under consideration. It believes he falls into the Moneyball category. He's a value for money option, having been underutilized in the League One champions. Now, that's important to know, people, because I think when people say Moneyball, they think it's got to be, I don't know, an Azerbaijan third division striker who's going to come in and set the world alight, or, you know, someone who's really banging and then going to go up a level, etc. It's about the value when you talk about Moneyball. And Sam mentions his headline figures, which we'll talk about, but I'm more intrigued by this right now. The Portuguese international moved to the French capital for an initial fee of 65 million euros. So probably somewhere around 55, 56 million if you're getting them at Tesco. So the feeling is that the former Benfica man, as Sam writes there, could be available for a similar fee this summer. I think that could be absolutely crucial in this, because you look at, I mean, even Paul Joyce has written tonight about Liverpool are planning to spend big, and we all know that we're waiting for Frimpong. Wirtz seems close as well, doesn't it? We're waiting for developments on Kirkes, but it's not a bottomless money pit. It doesn't just go on forever as much as we would like it to. So you do just wonder where they will really cut their cloth or look for value there. But I mean, as Sam talks about it at the moment, and he mentions some of these, Ekitike is valued by Eintracht at 100 million euros. Isak would have sent you back 180 million euros, so about 120, wasn't it? Somewhere maybe around a bit higher than that in pounds. Even as he mentions there, Red Bull Leipzig want north of 80 million euros for Sesko. Alvarez likely commands a fee in excess of 120 million euros. What that tells me, ladies and gents, is when I look at some of these stories, and I'm intrigued by this one as well, that Romano's saying Arsenal have opened talks with Sesko or to try and make a move for Sesko. You're hearing that Chelsea, yes, Liam Delap looks close, but that does not stop them going for Ekitike. What figures are going to be on those two? Sam quotes them there in the article, and then Alvarez, a fee in excess of 120 million euros. It isn't a bottomless money pit for Liverpool. And I do just wonder if they're looking at the market and thinking, well, we can't get Isak. That was the top target. David Ornstein's mentioned that. Absolutely clear. Alvarez. The noises from Atletico make it seem like a non-starter, don't they? So then you start working down the list, and Sesko, I mean, the definition of a project forward, isn't he? And the price they're asking for him. Ekitike, yeah, you're just a little bit unsure for that amount. If it was maybe 20 million lower or so, you'd think, okay, is the value there? But as Beefy says, I don't think I'd pay 100 million euros for Ekitike, to be honest. I'm not sure he's the right person. I agree at that price. That's important to say. There's a little bit more, and I won't give you the whole article, but Sam talks about his non-penalty expected goals, a few of his stats as well, and his shot placement. So we'll have a little bit of a look at that in terms of his stats, his underlying numbers. But there's a few Portuguese connections as well, which I like. Look at this for a bit of dig up from the vault. He was there on Sunday, wasn't he, Julian Ward? And as Sam writes, he favoured Ramos in the summer of 2022, but Jurgen Klopp was in love with Darwin Núñez. And we all know what happened to Julian Ward soon after there by his own violation, just to be clear. But you just wonder a little bit, don't you? And then Pedro Marquez, who's been brought on board for the youth projects for FSG, we'll know about him from his time at Benfica. So there's quite a few connections. It's funny, isn't it? Julian Ward liked him once upon a time. So let's delve into his stats a little bit. I mean, let's get the stuff out the way that you want to get out the way in case of it. To say, yes, he's not been a starter for PSG. Yes, minutes and sample size. I get all that. You know, let's put that on the table. But let's just look at a few things at the same time. 18 goals and 6 assists in all competitions. 3 in the Champions League. I mean, 24 goal contributions across just over 1,600 minutes. Those are your headline figures. Tidy. Yeah, it's Ligue 1 and I get all that. So we can bring that into the mix, I should say as well. But that's important to mention. 23, set to be 24 very soon. Famous agent, Jorge Mendes. We know Liverpool have got a good relationship with Jorge Mendes at the same time. So you would feel that could be utilised. Then again, people will also say, well, Jorge Mendes has got 6 or 7 clients at PSG, so he's not going to want to upset them at the same time. But a good relationship with the agent is always important. We look at his FB Ref profile, and it's an interesting one. When you actually look at the top bit, which you can argue is the most important part for a striker, this is pretty tidy, by the way. It is a high sea of green, and I'll come on to that a little bit shortly. But there's a few others to talk about in the middle third or the middle section. Pass completion in the 91st percentile for forwards. Touches in the penalty area, pretty much 8, isn't it? 7.99, 98th percentile. Doesn't mind getting stuck in. 72nd percentile for tackles, although we know the way we play, it quite often will be interceptions that we're looking for and blocking passing lanes. But again, there might be a little bit of a change. Who knows that? And not bad in the air. It's important to say. It's an interesting one. If we go from the top down, Yanis there saying, yeah, some good stats. I'll put them on the screen. And shot creating actions per 90 a bit lower. I get that. Let's delve into this a bit more. I mean, 99th percentile for non-penalty XG. Gets goals, doesn't he? Decent record as well, important to say, at Benfica. And I know as I say Benfica, people will be, oh, no, it's the new Darwin. But we have got to try and put that to the side a little bit. Shots, I mean, that's decent. 98th percentile, nearly 4.5 a game. All the best metrics for him are the most difficult thing in the game, aren't they? Putting the ball in the net. And if we look at some of his shot map as well, which we'll do shortly, it is in between the sticks where Arne Slot likes his forward to be, that he does his damage. And if we've overlaid him here, as you can see, Ramos over Diogo Jota rather than Darwin Núñez, Ramos being the blue. I mean, for all the key headline metrics from attacking sense, he is above Jota. Pass completion above Jota. Aerials, dribblers tackled. There are things naturally where Jota's above is better carriers, touches, and take-ons. But I'm just wondering with this, we have got a lot of carriers in the team, haven't we? That Dom, if Verts is going to come, there's another carrier as well. Maybe it is just someone between the sticks to be set up by Verts, to be set up by Salah, just to bang them in. And maybe when they're looking at that market, and Lewis Steele had talked about this the other day, Liverpool are looking for a number 9. Maybe this is the one. Who knows? Will we get mixed reactions from different people? If we look at his understat as well, I mean, if you look at all the green, which are his goals, no, it's there. Look at that. The width of the pokes, pretty much. Bar the odd screamer, they tend to be right in between the sticks, don't they? An interesting one. If you look at his XG this season, well, he's got 10, but his XG is actually 16. So he's running a bit cold there as well. So 6 below. Now, people will maybe look at that and go, oh, that's a bit. But maybe actually when he reverts back to the mean, as they say, that's something that might be considered by the nerds at the same time. And if you look at him last season, he was pretty much bang on, sort of around 1 above. So I do just wonder. And there's a few comments coming in that are mixed. And I get that. It's all opinions, isn't it? Jennifer Bell there saying, Ekitike not worth the gamble at that price. We tried an £80 million project. We need proven quality or keep what we have. It's interesting. I mean, if the price, and we can only obviously work on the details we've got from Sam McGuire there, that it could be the same around the 65 million euros. So imagine if it was below 60 million. Again, it might not be the headline name. It might not be an Isaac. It might not be an Alvarez that you're all looking for. But actually, I'm not just going to dismiss Ramos if it was to be the one. And it's important to say that. That's not confirming that at all. There's a bit of injuries there as well. It's important to say in the mix, you do wonder how he will be. It's, you know, the jump from Ligue 1 to the Premier League. All that goes into the mix. I'm not doubting it at all. But you just wonder when you look at this market, who's value for money? Because Isaac wasn't. They don't think they can get Alvarez. Ekitike isn't. Sesko certainly isn't. When you start to run through the list of forwards, who is really value for money? And actually, for a player that's about to be 24, was liked by Julian Ward, as we know, I do just wonder about this one. It's interesting, though. If you look at the chat panel, real mix there. And I wouldn't say too many positives for Gonçalo Ramos, but we are talking about him because at 8 o'clock, about half an hour ago, Sam McGuire released that exclusive, didn't he? That Liverpool, not top option, not at the top of the list, but are considering a move for PSG hitman, Portuguese international, Gonçalo Ramos. And the final bit, and it's interesting that someone was thinking this, the real Cal Jones has put, would PSG sell to us, though? I absolutely think they would for this. He's not a starter in their team, isn't he? They've also looked at a few other attackers. They've got plenty of wingers, and Dembele plays there, doesn't he? So it would not surprise me if they got their money back or around their money back if PSG would sanction this. So we'll have to see what develops. But other news just to call out from tonight, as Paul Joyce mentioned in his article, we're all just waiting for Frimpong to be announced. Verts is still ongoing, but it's close. I don't think we need to panic about that at all. Kirkes is being looked at. We're almost feeling that tomorrow could be a big day. But we'll see. We'll see what develops. It's still a fair bit of time before the 1st of June and a long time before that pre-season starts. But maybe in a money ball style move for a forward under 60 million in this market, it could just be something Liverpool will take a serious look at. But there we go, ladies and gents. Late in the evening, Thursday the 29th of May, that was an AI transfer special.